This creature looks like a baby dinosaur, but it's actually one of the most dangerous turtles in the world, the famous alligator snapping turtle. And today, I'm going to build a complete house for her, and we're going to watch this beast transform into a giant predator with the strongest bite of all, capable of even destroying a watermelon. I found her abandoned in a broken aquarium in the middle of the forest. She already smelled bad, and her eyes wouldn't even open. So I brought her home, took care of her and fed her, but there's a big problem. She needs a place to live, so to raise this mini dinosaur the right way, we need to build the perfect tank with the right lighting, natural rocks, and put in some live prey and see if I can keep her as an exotic pet. So let's start by using this long aquarium and some supplies. The idea is for the aquarium to be divided in half, with one part having water and the other having land. And for that, I built a sponge wall right in the middle of the aquarium. And to help with the base, I put in some rocks. I think I'm going to need more rocks. This here won't be enough. Let's go buy some. So I went to the biggest hardware store in my city to look for natural stones for our pet dinosaur's house. Usually the stones are outside, so I grabbed a wheelbarrow. It's easier to carry them. I really like the size of these stones here and the color too. I think these stones will be perfect for what I have in mind. There's a slightly darker version here. So I chose the black stones and I went straight back home. Alright, stones bought. Now let's decorate. And my idea for the decoration is to make a kind of staircase so the turtle can climb up and get to the other side of the aquarium. And for that, I'll have to stack a bunch of stones, one on top of the other, and try to make them really steady. And for that, I'll also use sand, natural sand. This way, I can secure the stones and create a substrate so we can plant some plants. And to make it even prettier, let's add some branches between the stones and the sand, which will be a great hiding place for the mini dinosaur. Done! Now it's time to decorate the other side. And for that, I'm going to add a lot of green pebbles. This color is really beautiful and will stand out nicely. But wait, something's missing there? I know! Let's add a cave right there in the back. And cut a piece of this artificial green grass to help with the decoration. Done! I think this way it will look much better. The turtle, by the way, can even use this spot to rest and dry off. She just needs to climb the rocks to reach the cave's top. I liked it, but I'm not sure I loved it. What do you think? Like this? Or maybe like this? It looks like our project is apparently working out, but there are still a few things missing. So I'm going to have to go to the pet store, try to find some aquatic plants, and also some good lighting. It's very important because turtles need light, and when I got to the pet store, I immediately went to look for the plant section. But there were so many species. I admit I was a bit confused. And they're sold separately inside these pots, and they're planted in gel. Meanwhile, in the lighting section, there were a lot of options too. But what Turtle A really needs is a good heat lamp and a UVB lamp. That helps her body produce vitamin D and absorb calcium for her bones. This little girl needs to be well taken care of. Apparently, she's hungry and eating everything in sight, unaware she's about to get a new home. Speaking of which, I'm going to let the aquarium fill up with water while you go ahead and like this video to help me out, and take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel too so you don't miss any videos. Now the moment I've been waiting for has finally arrived. After putting water in the aquarium and letting it sit for a while so it can cycle and be ready to receive the turtle, I also need to install a few more things, right? So look, I really want to put this plant inside. I think this will give it a more natural look and will also help with oxygenation. It's always very important to have plants inside when setting up an aquarium. I also got a set of bulbs and a holder so we can install them. Of course, our aquarium is already well lit, as you can see there, but it doesn't have the right bulb. The turtles need this combo here. Look, it's a UVA and UVB bulb, and also another one with a more natural look. It simulates sunlight, you know? And this special UVB bulb here is essential for the turtle's bones to absorb calcium. And the turtle is always growing and developing. The idea here is to simulate a natural environment, even though it's inside an aquarium. And I also got two types of filters, guys. This big one here, which I'm still thinking if we'll really need all of that. It all depends on how much mess the turtle makes, right? Or if we end up putting more animals in there, like fish. But there's also this other small one here, which I think will do a great job to start with. So let's start by installing the plant. That's what I was most excited to do. It comes in this little box. Look, it's an Anubias congensis. I have to admit, I don't know much about plants, but this one was recommended to me. And if you know a bit more, you can comment as well. So let's open the package. I don't think there's much of a secret here. The the main thing is not to damage the plant, right? You have to take it out carefully so we can install it whole, so we don't damage its little stem, right? The root, which is right here at the bottom. Look, it's planted as if it were in a gel, in a styrofoam. I'm going to cut here. I think that's the best thing we can do so we don't damage it, and also to avoid the risk of hurting the little plant. It's very sensitive, right? And the idea is that this plant here will grow over time, and it will form several little stems and get much bigger, like a forest inside the water, right? Here there are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 petals, 7 little stems. But if we take care of it, trimming it properly, pruning here, right? Removing, it will keep growing more and more. There's a big risk that the turtle will want to eat that plant over there. Yeah, my other turtles, when I usually put a plant in their tank in the pond, they're curious. And they go there to take a few bites, have a little snack. I think it's natural for turtles. Look, a lot of gel is falling out. Look at this. This is the little gel it comes planted in. Wait, I don't know if I should have opened it from the bottom, right? I want to try to take it out here in one piece. There you go. It came out. Good. Perfect. Made a little mess, but that's it. Look inside. You can see the roots. Wait, let's open it. There we go. How nice. We have to plant this deep down there. See? Where the sand is. In some little space there. Among those branches. Let's put it right here in the front, right? Because if we put it too far back, we can't see it. I hope it works out. Let it stay fixed here, see? Put it right in the middle of the rocks. The rocks help hold it in place, and it will start growing roots around the rocks too. Throw a little sand on top to hold it, and that's it. Looks like it worked. Apparently, it's well buried. My little friend, you don't look like you eat plants, right? I hope you don't devour the one I put in there. And I was thinking, maybe just to give it a sense of movement, it's worth putting a little goldfish in there. That's the good thing about having your own pond, right? You can get some goldfish from it. Look, there's one over there at the bottom. Over there in the back, actually. Get out of the way, turtles. Let me see here. I'll get this one. Look. Really tiny, don't run away. There, it's you, man. You were the chosen one. Put it here, guys. Look, this helps cycle the tank and adds movement to the water too, right? It'll look nice and add contrast. We can add more later. See how cool it is? It's already under the cave. I'm excited to add the turtle now. Next step then is for us to install the filter to keep the water nice and clean and moving. The good thing is that this filter is small and compact and it doesn't make much noise. And I think I'm going to install it right in the part with the rocks in the aquarium. Right in the back. Right here. It comes with this tube full of little holes where the water comes out. You just connect it there and plug it in, and that's it. Done. The filter is already working. Voila. Look at this. There's already water running here. How perfect, see? It will provide oxygenation and movement throughout the whole aquarium. Look at that. It's going to create a kind of current here, making the water go and then come back as well. This is going to be great. And the filter will work really well there. I mean, right? Let's see if it can handle it. Just this little filter. If not, we'll install the other one. And finally, the lighting. The importance of having the right lamps is what will guarantee a long life for the turtle. The UVB lamp, for example, works like artificial sunlight, and it makes the turtle's shell stronger and healthier. The heating lamp, on the other hand, is used to create a warm area where the turtle can climb up to rest and dry its shell. And the heat produced by the lamp helps with digestion, gives the animal energy, and prevents any problems caused by excess humidity. I left that little patch of grass there specifically to be the area where she can stop and sunbathe, so we need to place the light fixture more or less in this position. Now, when she wants to warm up, she just climbs up there. See? It already looks different and good. It'll look even better when we put her inside. So if you're ready for this, go ahead and leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel too, because the big moment has arrived. It's time for our little friend here to see her new home. I think she's already getting ready over there, taking a few little bites. I think she must have seen that little fish and thought, I'm going to eat it. The first thing I'm going to do then is put her in there so she can acclimate to the water, to get used to the temperature and not get thermal shock when we release her inside, okay? Look, she's already wanting to move around. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of water and gradually pour it in there, see? So she can get used to the same water. Look at her, she's already moving, wants to start swimming. She already thinks she's inside the aquarium. Big head. This turtle reminds me of a frog, I don't know why. Doesn't her head look like a frog's? She's already more familiar with me here, you see? Out of the water, she closes her eyes because she's a little scared, but it's just a matter of getting used to it. Check out the details of this pet, man. She's a real dinosaur. Look at this shell. Wow, I'm excited to see this one grow. This turtle is going to get huge. Now in my hand, she decided to open her eyes. So ready to see your new home? Let's go. Very carefully, I'm going to release her down there at the bottom, and let's see how she reacts from now on. Now it's time for us to watch. Look, she's already moving. Look, she lifted her big head up. That's awesome. awesome. She's hiding down at the bottom. I think she wants to interact with the fish. And the first thing she did was hide right under the cave. The alligator snapping turtle is an expert at staying hidden. In nature, she usually stays still at the bottom of the water, camouflaged in mud and logs, waiting for prey to approach so she can attack. She'll probably use that technique to eat this little fish. She trusts her camouflage so much that she often literally looks like a rock or a piece of wood at the bottom of the lake. This helps her save energy and surprise fish when attacking. See how she stays still, almost blending into the cave? Only her small eyes are visible. But it didn't take long for her to start exploring, stretching her neck in a loose, surprising way and trying to get behind the cave. Meanwhile, right behind her, the little fish was moving around calmly. I don't think he even noticed, but she was already watching his every move, waiting for the perfect moment to hunt. But soon she went back to hiding again. I put her on the other side of the aquarium, on the sand, to see if she'd act differently, but she was distracted by the camera and kept watching you suspiciously. This turtle is so strong that she can push branches and rocks with her own body, and that's how she went out exploring, climbing over the rocks and getting to know more of the territory. And I noticed that the plant I had placed was no longer in the same spot, and it was full of bite marks, and it could only have been done by someone, right? Yeah, there's no use looking at me with that face, baby dinosaur. Look, everyone, she's running. She really looks like a dinosaur. Just imagine this giant turtle. The claws, the neck, the shell, everything is really rough. Even though she's a small baby, this animal is truly amazing, but I started to notice something very strange about her. At first, I even thought she was trying to escape, but then I realized something scary. She was trying to attack her own reflection. It looks like she's trying to bite the aquarium glass. Just notice how restless she is and how she keeps snapping. Or maybe she just doesn't like being recorded, huh? Looking from another angle. That's when I realized she was bothered by her own reflection. It's like she saw another turtle in front of her and wanted to attack it. Oddly, as I moved the camera, she kept following and coming after me. Strange, right? Look, she's already on the other side again watching the fish, and the fish is apparently trying to eat the wall. I think she's getting ready to attack. Just look at her eyes. Or maybe she's just trying to breathe a little, right? Look at this turtle all stretched out. If she's already scary at this size, imagine her as a giant. When this turtle grows up, she could become a real monster. But I think she still needs to adapt better to this new home. And you? What did you think about this? Leave your opinion down below in the comments and help me come up with a name for her.